Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank Thee for these assembled to do the work of Jefferson County today, dear Lord. As the commissioners weigh their decisions today, please be with them, give them the wisdom, strength, courage, and guidance to do the right thing for the citizens of Jefferson County. Dear Lord, be with our staff and our management personnel, that they will continue to do their great job is also to improve the lives of our citizens. Lord, be with our workers, keep them safe, keep them hydrated, and help them to continue to improve our quality of life. Lord, we ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Mr. Bowles.
Yes, sir.
Let's begin with you today.
Thank you, Mr. President, for letting me go first today. On page 18, we have nothing from information technology and economic development. We do have something from Economic Development Committee. That's the reason why I asked you to go first. We have here, on behalf of the county, we've got Jeff, and we're going to take number 1 and number 2 for CARA, Economic Development, and HICA at the same time. Jeff, you come forward.
Good morning, everyone. I appreciate you letting me be able to go first. We've got a couple of representatives from some organizations here today, so I was wanting to be able to get them in and out this morning. As a quick reminder before I get started, the County Commission a couple of years ago determined that they wanted to utilize 10% of the Economic Development Fund budget to be used towards organizational support towards those organizations that provide assistance to the county in entrepreneurial development, small business growth assistance to the county's efforts to recruit new industry, and to support efforts to increase workforce numbers and quality. One of the things that we had looked at previously was utilizing some of those funds to help organizations that work with entrepreneurs that are on the front end of their entrepreneurial venture, specifically working with companies and entrepreneurs to develop business plans, market analyses, get connected with financing, and those basic skill sets that one needs to start a business. And as most of us know, the majority of the existing growth comes from our existing businesses in the community. Half of all small businesses fail about the 6th year of their existence, with only 30% surviving to year 12. So we determined that the businesses and entrepreneurs in our community needed some assistance that was here but needed some additional support. So last year we entered into a couple of contracts, one with Central Alabama Redevelopment Alliance, the other one with HICA, to extend their small business support services in the county. Both organizations well exceeded the metrics that we set forth for them. First up, we'll hit on CARA, Central Alabama Redevelopment Alliance. Last year, we had contracted with them to provide small business support services to 75 small businesses and to conduct 10 one-on-one customized mentorship programs. By the end of the year, or the end of that contract year, they had worked with 300 businesses and had provided 10 one-on-one mentorship services to small businesses in the community. This year, we are looking at taking their contract from $100,000 to $120,000 to help support that additional assistance that they've been providing in the community. And with us here today, we've got Jeremy Duckworth with CARA. And I asked him to come kind of maybe recap a little bit about what they did last year. He had previously been in a few months back to kind of give us a recap for last year, but I thought it'd be good just as a reminder. Jeremy?
Good morning. Thank you for this time, Jeff. Thank you. I have a summer cold, so excuse my voice. So last year, we were able to also host an SBA limited matchmaking event as well. We provided businesses with capital support through the SBA through our partnership with Small Business Administration. That event is very unique because we get a chance to provide business owners direct funding from the SBA, meaning that we matchmake them with a CDFI or a bank. So that's pretty impressive as well. Out of that total, some of those businesses were able to get funding as well from that. We also have workshops going on in strategic planning, accounting, operational management, and also marketing as well. We did a total of 24 workshops with businesses. Anything else you want to say?
Well, that's good. If anybody has any questions for Jeremy, that was a good time for him.
What's the difference in what you guys do and what Birmingham Business Resource Center does?
So one of the things we focus on is criteria. We work with businesses who have 9 or fewer employees. That's one. The second is also we work with businesses who've been in existence for 3 years or more. And the third is also we work with businesses primarily who give back philanthropically. Meaning we want to make sure the businesses who are helping their community are the ones who receive our services.
Yeah, and one way to kind of think of it is Birmingham Business Resource Center, they tend to work with businesses that are already pretty well established and that are looking to grow within the community. These organizations work with those that are in those earlier stages, startup stage and very early growth stage.
And I've had an opportunity to attend several of your workshops, and me and Judge, we went to a couple of these events. And I deal with a lot of the small businesses within my district that he assists. And they are actually serving the community, and they're doing a great job. So I would like to thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, Jeremy. Very similarly, we also contracted with HICA for very similar support services. Again, one thing I failed to mention, these services are open to any resident of Jefferson County. So as they continue their work here in the community, just for the residents that live here, they're looking to start a business, just please know that. HICA, last year we had contracted with them to engage 50 residents that are looking to start a business in the county and to provide one-on-one support services for 25 businesses as they establish and grow. They ended up working with 134 residents here in the county to start businesses and develop their business plans, et cetera, and had conducted 41 one-on-one support sessions for those entrepreneurs. Similarly, we engaged them in 100,000 last year, and we're looking at moving that to 120,000 this year. We have a couple of representatives from HICA here, again, to kind of recap their support for last year and to answer any additional questions.
Let me just, on the HICA part, it says the same thing as it does for CARA, and it's support of Central Alabama Redevelopment Alliance. Is that a pen and ink?
That would be a pen.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Okay.
So, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Gloria Gasco, and I'm the program manager of Community Economic Development Program at HICA. That is a program that has a holistic approach. We provide housing counseling services as a HUD certified agency. We're an IRS volunteer site for filing taxes as well for the community. We do financial literacy and also do the support for the entrepreneurs. Our work is similar to CARA. We provide technical assistance for entrepreneurs in early stage, aspiring entrepreneurs. Our focus is a little bit different since we provide our services both in English and Spanish because most of our constituency speaks Spanish. It's a little bit complicated to come to the States and get used to the regulations, the requirements. So we go with our entrepreneurs from the very first step. What is it what you need to comply with to do businesses appropriately here, not only in the state, but in the county of Jefferson. We do these on one-on-one technical assistance, also workshops and a gathering at the end of the year. It's a networking event for them to get to know potential opportunities for expanding their operations.
You might also maybe talking about y'all's loan program and your recent classification as community development.
Yes, thank you, Jeff. HICA has been evolving for 25 years, responding to the needs of the community. One of the needs that entrepreneurs were showing was access to capital. So we're starting in 2019 with piloting lending program for small business owners, and to date, we have achieved CDFI certification by the Department of the Treasury, and we have lent nearly $1 million to these entrepreneurs. Only one default, and it was for something less than $5,000. The secret, I think, is the one-on-ones and the constant accompaniment that we provide to these entrepreneurs.
Anybody have any questions for him?
I do. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. This question is more for you. Wanted to be certain in terms of, I asked this question before about how our allocations are determined in terms of economic development support. So tell me the distinction between HICA and Birmingham Business Resource Center,
We touched on this just a minute ago, but let me...
if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll recap it for you.
Please.
So, Birmingham Business Resource Center typically focuses on those companies that are established, have been around for a few years, and are looking to grow past that startup stage. HICA and CARA are going to be mostly working with those individuals and entrepreneurs that are looking to establish a business, learn those basic skills like small business plan development, how to get legal in registering your business, how to appropriately pay taxes, how to connect with financing for a startup venture, those sorts of things. So they're more of a very early stage assistance program, whereas the Birmingham Business Resource Center is typically going to work with those companies that have been established for a few years and are looking to grow past that stage.
So let me make sure, I just kind of want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. Because in conception, I know that Birmingham Business Resource Center, typically they do incubation type of servicing, meaning that, meaning that they do help businesses that are in that infancy stage, and so they're trying to help to provide strategies for success for their business, right? Okay, and I was listening to our presenter, and so majority of the business would be for Hispanic population, or at least most of it is, and I do appreciate that, first of all, because you all have come in the right way, right? So I appreciate that. But it is for, it is primarily geared toward one segment of the population for the most part. Am I correct in my assessment?
Well, they have the ability to make those inroads in with the Hispanic community that other organizations may not have, but the way that we structure our programming with them, or our statement of work with them, is that it's not exclusive to the Hispanic community. It's open to any resident of Jefferson County.
Sure. Okay. The reason why I'm asking, so we'll be clear, is that I know that, Jeff, we approved $150 for Birmingham Business Resource Center, and I know that this is $120.
That's correct.
And for $30,000 more, it appears to me as though you have a model that is comprehensive in nature, right? And yet we have one that may not be as comprehensive, but they're only $30,000 shy of what was given to one that was more comprehensive.
I would disagree in that the way that that's kind of stated. They have very similar efforts in place, and they have a pretty comprehensive model in terms of assisting businesses. But again, their focus is going to be more on the startup, whereas the Birmingham Business Resource Center is going to be focused on those companies like those that are in Innovation Depot that may be looking to grow outside of the depot and expand beyond that startup stage, and then move maybe elsewhere into the community and grow beyond.
So I won't delay the point, because I'm in support of what you all are doing, so don't get that mixed up, okay? That's why I'm talking to him. But I want to go on record as saying this, is that the Birmingham Business Resource Center is located in Innovation Depot, who also receives funding from the county as well, at a larger amount. So I want to be clear in what I'm saying is that Birmingham Business Resource Center in terms of the way that they provide services, as I know it, as being a small business, that is not just for established businesses. They are actually supporting those businesses that are starting up as well. So that's the reason why I'm asking if there's a $30,000 difference, but I know that more services is being provided. That's why I asked you, how do we determine how these economic development arms, how they are appropriated, or at least even being considered? You understand? Because we want working businesses. I can tell you this: I don't care what race you are. I want the county need all tax dollars. You understand? But I just know that I just want you to hear this from me, Jeff, in this setting, for the record, that when we have these organizations and we're kind of appropriating monies differently, then I want to make sure that one is not overlapping the other, and I want to make sure that our targeted intent is being accomplished. Myself and Commissioner Tyson had to put up additional money to try to finance the other one, and that's the reason why I wanted to say this, that moving forward, we just need to be very judicious in how we do what we do.
And I can get into that a little bit for you. So,
Sure.
So the way we look at these is we try to determine so this is basically a contract for services. So we are looking at certain needs in terms of economic development, and we do not have the capacity to handle it. So one of the things that we saw was that there was a lot of support for existing small businesses within the community. And there was some existing support for those that are looking to start up a business, learn how to develop a business plan and market analysis, those sorts of things. But most of the support within the community was going to those organizations that are working with companies that might already have 10 employees, $2 million in existing capital or existing revenue. But there wasn't a whole lot of support going to those that are working with those that have an idea and are looking to see if that idea is viable and take it to market. So what we do is we look at the number of potential residents of Jefferson County that the organizations are going to interact with, what the expected number of businesses that they're going to work with, the expected number of job creation, revenue growth that will come out of the assistance that they're providing. And we also talked with a number of other communities around the Southeast that support similar organizations to determine what rate of funding that they typically come in at. And then, to be honest, we actually exceeded that for the most part in terms of what other communities are providing. So these are the two organizations that really kind of fit that need for the startup support, not necessarily the small business support, those that are looking to grow beyond just the startup phase.
I have worked with this organization. I'm actually working with them now on several health initiatives with the breast cancer organization, along with health fairs within the area. I have worked with the director. I'm working with him now. And they own several complexes that's in my district, in Homewood, on Valley Avenue. So I have attended y'all classes, and y'all did have someone to actually was there to translate everything, so it did make me comfortable, along with several other, I think it was about 6 of us that actually attended that, that stay over in the Tennessee area. So I just wanted to let you know that you are doing a great job.
Any other questions?
I move 1 and 2.
Second.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you.
Thank you for what you do.
Mr. Bowen, I move 1, 2, and 3 of the community grants.
Second.
All right. Thank you very much. We've got a motion and second for items 1 through 3 in community grants. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, and Mr. President, that will be all from District 5. Thank you.
Bill, you can just go back.
right, finance?
Good morning, Commissioners. The Finance Department, we have our normal reports, the unusual demand report, both encumbrance reports that cover 626 to 72 and 73 through 79. Purchase and exception report covering the same time frame. Purchase and agenda reports. The procurement cards for Regions Bank statement that ended 6/30/2025, and our procurement card for Jefferson Credit Union, which ended, closing date was July the 3rd. Are there any questions?
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
A motion, second, all in favor?
And next we have our, from our Budget Management Office, we have our multiple staff development, along with the individual staff development items on the agenda. We have items just for you to recognize from the Personnel Board as well.
Do I have a motion?
Second.
A motion and second, all in favor? Aye. Okay. Developmental services?
Good morning, Commissioners. We have 9 properties in the Robinwood area. We're calling those Batch 9 for nuisance declaration.
Do I have a motion on item?
Move the item.
A motion
Third.
and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
What's the timeline on that, Josh?
Yes, sir. So we're currently working with Rebirth. They're the ones that own all these formerly Kids for Love. And we've been in contact with them. They said they were going to give us a timeline in terms of when they want to either demolish them themselves or remediate the properties. We gave them a just kind of a general estimate of what costs we thought it would take to remediate some of them. Some of those properties are pretty much total, for lack of a better term. So we're trying to kind of work with them. Since we get out of here, now that we have the public, on Thursday, once we hopefully get the official resolution, we'll reach out to them again to try and see if we can get a better timeline for them. So what you're approving today is just a declaration for us to proceed. If we can't, get a timely response and timely action from them.
Okay.
I was going to say on this particular item too, Joe and I abut each other on that, and even though it's in his district, I'm glad to see something. I don't know how you feel about it, Joe. I'm glad to see something happening actually in that area, because you got a good sized piece of land, but again, there could be a higher use for it. You know what I mean? And in terms of that development, so I'm glad to hear that there is an organization that wants to do something with it. My understanding, it started out being in the hands of one nonprofit, and now it has. So I hope that there will be an extension of some grace in terms of this new organization. And I will say this. You say you're in contact with that organization?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I would hope that only you are contacting them to figure out what's going on with that piece of property.
Yes, ma'am. I'll work.
And I'm not giving a directive, Cal. This is your staff. But I'm understanding that they're being contacted by several folks. And so there's no misunderstanding in terms of what this commission does in terms of our decisions versus individual inquiries. Okay.
Yeah, this is a neighborhood that has several houses that need to be torn down.
Absolutely.
Kids for Love is going to do it. That was 2 years ago.
That's right.
Or so, and they just never. I don't know if they folded or whatever, but we have a new person now that's going to go in and do that. And it needed to be done years ago, but
Yeah.
we're looking forward to, because it's not really fair to those people that still live there. That's the issue. Okay.
We try to work with Kids for Love.
I know. I know. I made several calls and didn't get a return. So
That's why I was asking for, hopefully there'll be some grace extended to the new organization, because we don't want it to fall through. You know
All right.
what I mean?
do I have a resolution to declare the public nuisance demolition back?
So moved.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
While he's up here, Commissioner Hunt, I want to ask an update on land use and updated zoning.
Yes, sir.
On that, and the timeline. And kind of fill it in on what we
On this property? I mean, on this area?
No, I'm talking about.
In general, because just what you
Yeah,
asked for
we're talking
before.
about what I asked for previously, that they've been working on. And now I think first coming before the planning and zoning, it's been advertised and will come up. You go ahead, I won't put any words in it.
Yes, sir. So there's 3 documents that you all will be, 2 of the documents you'll be recommending for endorsement to P&Z. The zoning ordinance is the document that you all will actually be approving. Planning and zoning will make a recommendation to you all for that. We have you all to approve or deny. And the future land use map and the county's comprehensive plan will be endorsed by you all. We're sending it to you all to endorse to P&Z. They're the authority body that has the, I guess, the statutory authority to approve or deny those documents. So timeline-wise, as of right now, we're looking at around September, both those, all 3 of those documents to be approved by yourselves and Planning and Zoning Commission.
So for those developers who are looking to invest in Jefferson County,
Yes, sir.
they will have a clearer understanding of what their expectations are and the citizens there. So we're looking at a September timeframe to be able to do that.
Yes, sir, to get those procedurally done. Where we're at right now, we had some revisions we're manually making to the comprehensive plan, the future land use maps ready to go. I spoke with the chairman of the P&Z Commission yesterday, and the upcoming P&Z meeting on August 14th, he wanted to have one more work session to kind of nail out the comments on the zoning ordinance. And we're trying to see if we can get that to you all follow the meeting after they approve it in September.
And from your home builders, you do have some feedback from them also. Are they in agreement with it?
Yes, sir. We've given them we gave the zoning draft of the zoning ordinance document and the comprehensive plan, as well as a link to the future land use map online to the Home Builders Association. So I believe they're reviewing it right now. But I do need to follow up and see if they have any safe comments on it.
I know Darren met with them about it months ago.
We did sit down with them, particularly as Mr. Martin said, to look at just the residential sections where they feel like we could shore things up, and where we feel like we could kind of be on some.
Cal, I would ask that you revisit that discussion again with that organization. They may have a different opinion.
This gentleman going to help us out here?
Yes, sir.
Those are chief condemnation inspectors.
You go get him in the headlock. All right. Any further questions for Developmental Services? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Emergency Management Agency, there's a 2024 EMA operating budget amendment. It's an acknowledgement of a budget amendment to reallocate $55,000 of unused money within the personnel budget into the operational budget. Do I have a motion? All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
I have a question.
All right, yes.
So, since it's unused, then how would the money be reappropriated?
To, it's more of a,
They had an operational issue with their sirens. They had to replace some battery backup and convert them, so they're taking advantage of that for that project.
I can tell it's being reappropriated for some reason.
Well,
so I
they
just-
had an overrun in mechanical issues to convert them from battery to plug them in. So they, rather than request a budget increase, they're using the underrun in their
No,
existing
you got
budget.
it.
Yeah.
I don't want you to have to say too much, but just kind of alert me to they're moving it for some reason. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm ready to carry the
This-
vote because it's already been moved and
This,
seconded.
this person's already resigned. She was one of our persons over there, and that position is vacant, so reallocating that to do the sirens, and then we do a grant too from our office to help them do those.
Subsidize.
Because we got a lot of sirens from Shelby County, but they're having to modify them in order to put them up. They're going to add some sirens and then upgrade some others. So it's a good use.
Been moved and seconded.
All right, did we vote on it?
Yeah, y'all did.
Then okay, let's move
No,
on.
no, no. You just need to carry the vote. All those in favor?
Did we vote on it?
They said, she telling you.
See, you interrupted me. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. No more questions. General Services?
Stop it.
General Services.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
General Services has 9 items on the agenda. Item 1 is Central Station. It's the bidirectional amplifier system for the coroner's office. Item 2 is an amendment to the Buffalo Rock Company vending contract. Buffalo Rock has been acquired by Canteen. Item 3 is an amendment to the lease agreement for Shirley Banks doing business as Scenic View Cafe. And items 4 through 9 are all revenue generating municipal agreements for elections. Any questions?
I have a motion
Second.
and a second. The bidirectional amplifier system, I'm not even going to go
Yes,
there.
sir.
Don't even do
All
that.
in favor, say aye. Place and set.
I knew what you'd get ready to say. I go do that.
A fancy way of saying a two-way radio system.
I know. All right. Probate court resolution approval application for a HAVA grant for election vehicles. Judge Blanchard?
Yes, I'm here. How you doing?
I'm very well.
Good morning,
No, you gotta go to the
everybody.
hot seat.
I'm going to the
You gotta
house.
go to the hot seat.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
So I do have a request on the agenda. And I'm available for questions as well. And so we did a submission for a HAVA grant, under the HAVA grant, for 2 vehicles for the elections portion of probate court. And our purposes for requesting these vehicles is to provide transportation for the performance of several election functions. These activities include travel from the county courthouse to various locations, including but not limited to the Jefferson County Elections Operations Center, return sites, and also training locations, because we do have to train poll workers, local businesses, and 2 precincts as well. And so we're asking that we are getting permission to apply for the grant. Currently now there's a balance of $347,000 that's left available for the purchase. So we just need permission.
And that balance is with the state, right?
Yes, it is.
Right, you're having to apply to the state. Now, here's my question too, is these are vehicles to be used for election purposes. So what, can you use those vehicles for something outside? Is there a restriction on the use? Because elections are just ever so often.
You're
So do we
absolutely
have to
correct.
park them the rest of the time?
You're correct. So what we're doing is we're only using them for the purposes of the elections. Elections, we all know that elections can be triggered at any time. If an elected official leaves their post, if there's an annexation, something that's called to a vote, and so we don't know when they're going to happen. But we're telling the commission, I'm telling the commission today that they will only be used for the purpose of elections. We have 5 employees that currently work in elections. That's including employees from general services, and all our employees have vehicles, personal vehicles. And it's understood that upon approval of us receiving these vehicles, that can only be used for the purposes of the elections.
I'd like to put a motion on the floor. I already talked to Judge, and he said that he was okay with it, so I'd like to put a motion on the floor.
I do have one question.
And I'd like to respond to what he says too.
Yeah, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Your motion was,
The motion was for the ability for them to apply for the HAVA grant for election vehicles.
second.
Have a motion and a second. All right, now discussion.
Right. My question was the ongoing cost of the county. I know that the a state that's going to buy the cars, how much would it cost us to operate and insure these cars on an ongoing basis?
I talked to, I think it was Charlie and Lee, and he basically gave us, I think it was maybe around 13 grand a year
13,000.
for maintenance and for insurance. All vehicles.
I don't think it'll cost that much. Gas and fuel and, typical mileage.
Well, for cars that are gonna be parked, I guess, for a long time, that's pretty high.
It should be less than that.
I think it was an estimate that he gave me, so.
That was my, I'm not worried about approving the grant, that's great. I was thinking about the ongoing cost of the citizens for something that's gonna be used sporadically. I'm part of the project, I just need clarification.
And if I may add, they're about to get ready to inject the grant again to start the amount over. And so if you don't purchase, we will lose that amount if it's not spent.
All right, I have a motion and a second.
I
Any
have a
further
question.
discussion? Okay.
I'd like to just
Ms. Gales.
Well, go ahead. I yield to you.
comment because I had concerns the last time. I was unfamiliar with the HAVA fund policy. As the way I understand it, the federal act only asks for our permission to go forward and do that. The judge then has to operate with the Secretary of State's office, and Secretary of State Allen's got a gentleman, I can't remember his name now, that monitors it, has done this before, and assured me that the funds will go through them to here to purchase the vehicles, and then they will be monitoring to be sure that they're only used for federal purposes, that is, election-related transportation. So it's amazing to me that the federal government's got the checks and balances on it that it has. This was my concern in the beginning, and Secretary of State's office alleviated my concern. If there's anything that they feel is out of line and it is supported, then the cars will be removed and given back to the federal government.
So I have a question for you then.
I've already said everything I know, so I can.
Okay, but so in other words, you're talking about Jeff Elrod? Is that who you're talking to at the state?
No.
Okay, but it didn't matter about the person. My question would be, is that the federal government is allowing for the state, is that like a federal state partnership with these vehicles? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that like a federal state type partnership?
I don't know whether it'd be a partnership, but I know that when it's procured.
That's my nice way of saying federal government paying for it.
Yeah, federal government is paying for it, and it can only be used and disposed of in a certain manner, which is much more restrictive than ours. So when Commissioner Bowling, when he explained it the way he did, and got that clarification from the Secretary of State, that pretty much took care of it, Judge. You have to be careful about how you use the car.
Yes, sir.
That's the bottom line, is that they'll be watching.
So first of all, let me go on the record, because I want no message or messiness to ever come out of a meeting that I'm in. I have no problem with this. I'm going to abstain because obviously I'm a participant. But my point is, I just wanted to understand the federal government's role in any election, to be frankly honest with you. And so, that's what I need to know, is what the money is coming from them, but I've never known the federal government to do anything just because they're going to have some intent, some level of intent behind why they're doing what they're doing, even if those dollars are out there. You know what I mean? Which is why the restrictions are in place. But I just wanted to know if the state is going to oversee it. I wanted to know, well, what is the state's role in it? You know what I mean? Even though the federal government is providing the money, if the state is providing oversight, and then apparently the state is going to be working with county officials to see where this vehicle is going, that's a lot. That's why I'm saying, is there more to this than meets the eye? The fact that you got so many layers of bureaucracy involved, And I think Cal you know exactly what I'm talking about, or do you?
I don't know anything about Holland, but
Okay, so I want to put you on the spot. So Judge, just take what this commissioner just said. That's a lot of oversight for federal money. I want to go on the record as saying this. You're applying basically for a federal grant, but you also have the state who has made mention to Commissioner Boland that they are going to be heavily watching what is happening. Even though they're not paying for it, they're monitoring it. Then whoever with the state is also going to be talking with county officials, i.e. Charles worked for at the pleasure of your county manager. So a hint to the wise is sufficient. That's why I'm telling you that's a lot of oversight for this one grant. So I'm going to abstain and y'all can go ahead and carry the vote since I'm a participant.
HAVA is the Help America Vote Act, which is a federal act. It allocates money to the states, and then the counties apply to the state for the funding. If they get the funding, then it goes to the county, and it would go to the Charles Tyler's group. They would purchase the cars, and then whoever monitors this, it comes back to us.
But it won't be no county commissioners monitoring. So I just want to make sure.
No, we'll just be responsible for it.
I know, but we won't be monitoring nobody. I don't want my name coming up in there.
Your name coming up a lot lately.
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't know. They better keep on calling my name.
All right, do I have a motion? And a second, all in favor?
Aye.
One abstention.
And one abstention.
Yeah, I'm a participant. I don't even want to look at it.
You want to buy the car?
Get out of here.
Tax assessor, CA, capture automated deed processing. Do I have a motion?
Move the item.
Have a motion? And a second. All in favor? Aye. And have one.
Hey, John's up there.
Commissioner Knight, I think he had some good news he wanted to share.
Oh,
He
okay.
got
Come
one
on,
minute.
come on, John.
I'm sorry, John. I saw you down and I flew right over you. Sorry, sir.
That's okay.
Uh-oh, you got a big old stack of stuff
Hey,
here.
man.
Uh-oh.
Hey, man.
That's scary.
I think the county's done some good things, and so we wanted to kind of identify what we have done and what we're planning on doing. So we completed the mapping project. I think we gave you guys some information last year when our project was completed. And this year we received an award from Israel at the conference in San Diego. The county is the first time appearing in their worldwide publication. We're one of the county's one of 9 global partners with this Israel project. We have roughly about 30 plus states or so calling us trying to figure out how do we accomplish this. I have to give a lot of credit to Lisa Mahan in the back there. We never want to say anything. And also Josh Chris in the IT department for helping pull this together, and then the mapping staff that all contributed to that project. The other handouts you guys have is is a little bit about kind of what we do in the assessor's office. So the abstract as of last year, we assessed roughly about $971 million across the county. And it is a pretty big job, but we do have a good team of people that help us with that. Some projects that we've been successful on, though, to identify the mapping project, just one of them, the national and global recognition. 2 is the online personal property piece that we added a few years back. We actually asked a petition to the commission at one point to try to make that mandatory. We're going to make another request today, but try to make that mandatory for the people who can participate online, because it saves overtime. Like we were swamped with overtime in our office at one point. Now we don't have any, because a lot of the work is being done by the people that file. So they're submitting their requests, and if they make a mistake, they're no longer calling us, angry with us, screaming at us about not having something correct when it was them that did. So we refer back to them and say, hey, well, you guys put this in, so you guys got to go correct. So that usage rate, even without being inventory, is that chart that's listed there. I think we're up at 64, 65%, somewhere in there, usage rate. We'd like to get somewhere, Shelby County required, and I think their usage rate is somewhere around 85, 90%. So we'd like to get there, and we're working to get there right now on our own, but we would like some form of request, and I'll get you guys something to look at.
Now, what are you requiring or wanting them to do?
We would like for businesses in Jefferson County to submit their personal property returns online. The state tried the system with a system called Opal at one point. It wasn't a failure necessarily, but we went after it in a different way. And so other counties have mirrored us. So that was the other thing about the personal property pieces that Jefferson County has been sort of the beacon, I guess, of the state. So as soon as we have implemented something like this personal property piece, Mobile has implemented it, Madison has implemented it, and we were just at a recent IAAA conference in Fairhope, and all of the counties said the same thing. They just kind of monitor our website. Once they see we have something going, they try to copy. So they do the same thing with that.
Other states are already doing this.
Other states are. Other states have little tax laws that are different. State of Alabama has some of the most complicated tax laws in the country. So it makes it a little bit more difficult for us to, because that project was probably about 2 or 3 years in the making. So we have been investigating this for a couple of years, trying to get a pattern of what we think will work.
Because I seen that when we was at the conference, all the other states in the country was there too. But they are farther ahead than this. They got little apps and.
Well, we do too, but I mean, we're on par with everybody in the country right now as far as online reporting.
Got to get on top of this.
Yeah, we're on pace with everybody else as far as online reporting. It's just that some of the projects that we undertake are difficult because again, Alabama has a lot of taxes. So we have to make sure we do our due diligence, we do research before we jump into something. The last thing today, which you guys are going to be, either approving or not today, will be the AI. So we're going into an era where the work that we do is difficult to replace the workers in this process. And a part of that is this new tool, which is sort of, artificial intelligence. What it does for us in particular is it doesn't replace anything. But what it does for us is it helps us be more efficient in processing these deals. We process right about 40,000+ deals, right? And we have to do not just the sale between a willing buyer and a willing seller, but we also have to process right-of-way deeds. We also have to process, process state deeds, federal land trust. So there's a lot that goes into what we do in the mapping. This will allow the system will only be reading the deed, and it'll only, which is already public record, and it will be assigning a parcel number that we can go review and check the accuracy. So it eliminates the need for the just base technical work that consumes a lot of their time, but now we're just going and checking for accuracy. And that has improved in the county dramatically. Since we've done this mapping project, we've had vendors, had a contractor yesterday come in the office and thank us for improving the accuracy of the parcel maps that are available. So this allows for that kind of thing.
Is this, I guess this is a more simple way instead of doing everything through the meets and bounds and having to wade through all that, or is it?
So actually, no, it doesn't replace anything.
Well, I didn't mean replacing it in addition to.
Yeah, so meets and bounds.
Yeah, you gotta have that.
Yeah, and because these are so old in Jefferson County, state Alabama in general, meets and bounds came from Lewis and Clark, right? Rope and chain, that's what they mean. So they, those deeds that are old that require meets and bounds, we still are going to process those. AI should be able to learn at some point to help provide a parcel number for those. Live and block is something that we're hoping that the system can help identify a parcel quickly, load it in the system, and so the mappers can check for accuracy. Because that's really what we need them to be doing, is check for accuracy.
Right.
And so this helps in there.
Very good.
Anybody else?
Thank you so much.
So we got a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Okay, that concludes my report.
All right, Administrative and Infrastructure Committee, Roads and Transportation. There are,
Hold on.
Ag?
I forgot one.
Oh, I gotta get my public service grant in.
I move.
Have a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, thank you, ma'am.
I'll say again what I just said.
And I'll say again what I said.
There we go.
That concludes my report.
All right, Chris.
Morning, Commissioners. We have 9 items on the agenda. Item 1 is a right-of-way use agreement for a new utility and fiber company that's entering into the county. Item 2 is the resolution for us to apply for a local road safety grant from AlDOT. That's a 90-10 split. We're applying for $400,000 for bridge ends, for guardrails and other types of construction on bridge end slabs. Item 3 is our extending our agreement with Innovative Advertising. They do our local colored books for our stormwater program, so it's amending it to extend for 2 more years. Item 4 is the service agreement for the gateway maintenance contracts, and items 5 through 9 are all right-of-way resolutions.
On number 4, how long is this contract for?
So they're 1 year at a time with a renewal of 3 years.
How far along are we into it? We should be in about 3 years, aren't we?
This is we're completing our 3rd year now, so this is a new contract for an additional 3 years. What you see is the 1st year agreement.
Is this going to be something that's just perpetual? It seems like.
Most likely, yes, sir, just to maintain all the landscaping and the gateway beautification that we put in place. And it is it's roughly a 30-30-30-10 split, 10 being UAB, 30-30-30 being us, AlDOT, and the city of Birmingham.
And that total amount is the total amount, so our portion is only 30% of that?
Correct, we're around 300,000.
Okay. So it's not the 1.28 million?
No, sir, us, AlDOT, and Birmingham about 330-ish, 350, and UAB is on the rest of it.
You're tracking our reimbursements from AlDOT and UAB?
Yes, sir. We're tracking all those reimbursements. They actually have to pay up front.
Okay, good deal.
Just so we go ahead and get it in place.
This originated during the World Game.
Yes, sir.
Clean up
Do-
Red Mountain or the
Yeah,
the
and
cut.
it's basically the gateways is when a visitor would normally come into the city to do that. They also utilize the state with the freeway lighting and all that to improve. So those are some of the benefits, ongoing benefits, but there's ongoing cost to that too.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Is there any plans to, that's great, and I'm glad we're able to do that. But Jefferson County is a big place with a lot of interchanges. And I see many out in some of our other districts that really don't look up to speed. So we either need to revisit what we're doing, or we need to expand that with the appropriate partners in the various areas to expand this program to make Jefferson County more attractive. I know down near the Jeff Met, there's challenges down there because of the truck traffic, but that is a commerce hub down there, and we have many visitors from out of state there. So we want to put on a good. We want to look better. Yeah, we want to look better than we do right now. I'll just tell you that. And that will go everywhere in every district. So there are challenges there, and Chris, I'd like for you to, if you would, with permission of the county manager, to explore expanding that to other areas and the true cost and who the partners would be in those various areas.
Typically, Commissioner, if it's in a city jurisdiction, AlDOT will require an agreement with the city to be responsible, and we could help with the funding. If it's outside the city, it would probably be like the Jeff Met one would probably be county and Aldine. They typically mow 4 times a year, so they might be willing to pitch in a little bit on other interchanges, but Chris could get quotes from this contractor and others, and if there's any other interchanges y'all would like us to look at, I would suggest we get quotes. You know, we'd be paying the full cost of those where this.
Yeah, we're not talking really about planting flowers or doing any landscape, we're talking about cutting grass.
Just cutting grass.
You know, grass gets hit high before it's ever. In many of our areas, if you pick up the trash and cut the grass, it will improve our stature with people coming in and through that.
That's right.
And that's not just one district, that's all districts. If we do it, let's do it holistically for all of our areas.
Yeah, isn't this a defined geographical area, like right around Birmingham, into the city limits?
Roughly, it's 9 different areas, mostly entering the gateway of the city. They do expand north of the, expand up to the airport, down on the 280 Boulevard towards Mountain Brook, Hoover areas, but for the most part, it's Birmingham plus a few miles. But we can definitely identify other locations. We already started that, and looking at, we have the ability to add on to this contract. That's the route we go, or we can just enter into a new contract altogether. But we'll definitely identify those other areas and get estimates.
But to identify the pertinent interchanges. You know, you're looking at 459, you're looking at I-20, you're looking at
65.
all these areas where traffic normally goes around the city. We would like for them to be able to transition and go through. And this is somewhere where you can actually see tax dollars at work.
That's right.
Chris, does this contract require them to mow every 2 weeks?
It's a bi-weekly during the growing seasons, and I'm sorry, it's a bi-weekly during the growing seasons and every 3 weeks during the off season. So it's about every 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, you could change that because I'm not getting it 2 or 3 times a year.
Right, we might could have a little less frequency than that.
Like
We'll get
once
some
a week.
options.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, and I was going to say too, not putting you on the spot, Chris, because you all do a great job, but you said something interesting, being that we are trying to address the arteries that go throughout the county. I'm in strict agreement with you, and what I would say, when we talk about expanding, one of the concerns that I had is I noticed underneath some of these prominent bridges, homelessness was, homeless individuals were underneath and they were camping out, and it was nasty. That's about the best I can say. I think that our roads and trans department would be incumbent upon us to have a conversation with ALDOT to see what we can do to make sure that those arteries where there are individuals, unhoused individuals, that we look at how we make those areas clean, and particularly when we're trying to drive economic development, because that's
Good point.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Is you have investors that are looking to develop in certain areas, and they're going to look at the interstate access into given communities, especially the larger the project, the more transportation gets to be a focal point.
True.
Yeah. And it's basically expanding what I'm saying, but figure out how we can get underneath these bridges. Mm-hmm.
All right. Did we vote on it? Chair.
Move the item.
All right, have a motion.
Motion
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
County Attorney, you have 9 items. We've got the minutes from our July 10th meeting. You've got property claims, personal injury claims, and opioid settlement. We'll address any of them. You good? Cheryl, trying to motion?
Move items 1 through 9. Second.
Moved and seconded. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks. County Manager has 2 items that are very innocuous. Absentee election manager Birmingham, absentee election manager Buster. Items been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. The 2 community grants, Letterman USA, they work on habitat for the heroes. It's for shelter for the heroes.
Move items 1 and 2.
And Town Mobile Fire Department. Have a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. At the end of this meeting, we're going to have an executive session. We want to let everyone be aware of that. When we finish this, it'll roll back to me and I'll make a statement at that time. Commissioner Tyson.
Good morning, Commissioners. Community Development and Health Services Committee. We'll skip all the way down to our Department of Community Service, Dr. Hamilton.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
This morning, we just have 3 items. The first one is amendment number 1 to the Wilson Street Improvement Project Cooperation Agreement for $152,739. Number 2 is amendment 1 to the Brighton Improvements Project resurfacing, also for $152,739. And then we have a cooperation agreement with Mountain Heights Fire Apparatus to purchase a new fire truck.
Get a motion on the floor to move the item.
Move.
Second.
First and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Skip all the way
Did
down.
you have a question?
I did have a question, yeah. On this paving, Doc,
Yes, sir.
is that, anybody in the county can apply for paving?
Yes, sir. Typically, Brighton and Wilson is the only 2 communities that apply for resurfacing. So in this amendment, we had some additional funding, so we're just going to pay for a few more.
Okay, and same thing with the fire truck?
Fire truck is similar to what we did in your district in Trafford,
Right.
just purchasing them apparatus.
Quick question, Dr. Hamilton. So saying that you said that, are there any other dollars that are left for any other eligible city?
No, the $857,000, which was part of that amendment, has been allocated to just about every district.
Okay. Okay.
I have 2 community grants.
I move.
Second.
And first and second, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, let's end my report, Commissioner.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta change the dollar amount on the second one. Oh, yeah, to Lipscomb paving, that's, it's 23,000. It's not 23,500.
I'll amend my motion.
All right, thank you.
What did you change it to?
23,000.
Okay.
That's coming out of my discretion. Not mine, my additional. Thank you.
All right. Commissioner Scales. Good morning.
Public Works, good morning. Community Services and Intergovernmental Relations. Under Environmental Services, we do have 1 item. Are there any questions as it relates to this particular item? It's a contract that includes the rehabilitation of it says 600 laterals and vertical
Yeah.
manholes. Basically, you
They're doing a bunch of work on it.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. It sounds like this is.
Yeah, I'll move.
Okay, do we have any questions for David? Nobody had a question? Okay, so it's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
We have 1 item out of general retirement. It's a military service contribution.
Move it.
Okay.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Under Human Resources, we have 5 items. Are there any questions as relates to any of these items?
Move the item.
I think there's some
And I was about to say, is there an
There's-
amendment, Heather, that you wanted to discuss?
There are,
hot seat later.
Yeah, there's a whole explanation.
Oh, no, wait a minute. All right, everybody, here's your chance.
You know, we've been waiting to get you before for a long time.
So is that, who wanted to ask a question?
Well,
Is that you? You
Well,
wanna start?
I've got an,
Addendum?
Yes,
Why don't you just go through that, John Mander?
Pen and ink changes, if you'll just explain each of those, and hopefully when we get minute track going, we had caught these, I guess, but it's hard to correct them with our current system before we send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
On item 2 for Unum, we will be signing with Unum to handle our and summary benefits starting in FY25. We did that in order for there to be overall savings to the county as well as the employees. Employees will see really nice savings to their supplemental life insurance, all of those benefits, as well as our basic life insurance with the county. There is a typo on the amount. The amount should be reflected as $225,000, $255. That is for a 4-year secured contract with Unum with our pricing guarantee.
And that's not our cost, that's estimated based on the employees electing to buy extra life insurance, that's the employee cost, and the minimum cost the county's paying for them. So the county cost would be what, about
Approximately
$425,000?
$425,000 of that amount.
Okay, so that's item 2. Okay, and that's a 4-year, is that not $2 million per year, is it?
No, sir, that's cumulative.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'll move that.
Second.
The third item is behavioral health systems.
Hold on, I was about to say.
Well, I was going to try to do them individually in case we need that.
Okay, so then let me chair my part of it, please. Sure. All right, so we need to carry the vote. So it's been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor of this one item, that'll be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, let's go to number 2.
The third item.
Or the third item, you say?
Okay. It's for behavioral health system. The pending change there is the date. The date reflected in the summary is October 1st, 2022 to September 30th, 2023. That should be corrected to reflect October 1st, 2025 to September 30th, 2026.
Move the item.
Second for pen and ink change. Been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye for number 3. Item number 4.
Item number 4, this would be the last pending change. There is a supplement to the resolution to recognize any employee that has 30 years of service to receive the lower premium amount for medical. What was happening prior to this year is anybody that was 50 years or older retiring received a lower premium. Those that were under 50 years old were paying a significantly higher premium, and that premium stays in effect throughout their retirement. It's not like it reduces when they hit 50 years old. So what we're doing is we're evening the playing field to recognize all of our employees that have 30 years of service. This really only affects employees that could be 48 and 49 years old, because the earliest you can begin working at the county is at the age of 18.
I move the item.
Been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Item number 5, MetLife.
That's correct.
Okay, is
Move it.
been moved and properly. No, I was about to go back to 1 and 2 because it seemed like I didn't think that we had passed 1. It looked like we were trying to go in that direction and do 1 and 2, but I was going back. Thank you. You're so good. All right, it's been moved and properly seconded for item number 5. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Let's go back to number 1, please, with Unamerica Insurance Company.
Move it.
It's been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Mr. President, I'll take that back, excuse me. Personnel Board, we have a total of 5 items. Are there any questions? All of these, most of all, are for acknowledgement only.
I'll move.
Okay, it's been moved and properly seconded. Items 1 through 5. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. That ends my report, Mr. President.
Okay. Commissioner Thompson, have another item?
Commissioner Thompson has one item, new business. Ted, do you want to explain it?
So let's go ahead and go on. Commissioner Tyson, District 2 has consideration of one item in new business. We have a motion. I guess we need to do a roll call. Last week we had to do a roll call on it.
What is that?
Not a roll call for committee. You do roll call at commission.
For the commission. All right. Everybody okay with it?
Yeah, what I'm saying, what is
How
the
about that?
item?
What's the item?
I don't.
The item is,
It's a lien release satisfaction of mortgage from YW Homes. They have completed their requirements under the program, and we needed to release this for them for their purposes. Doc, you want to?
Yeah, she just said it, that's it. Just releasing them, met all the requirements from HUD, and just like we release people when they met all of their requirements for one of our home buyer loans, we just release them.
So what is it, lien release?
Yeah, it's a lien release.
what did we not get in time to have it on the agenda?
It was an
We're waiting for an affidavit.
from them, yeah.
Appreciate y'all considering this for new business.
Move that.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. That's good on the agenda. leads us to the end of our formal committee agenda. We have an opinion from the county attorney that an executive session is appropriate, pursuant to section 3625A7. The reason that we will need to do this is for pending litigation and for the purchase or sale of real property. We will enter into take a vote to get into an executive session. It will last approximately
hour.
It will last an hour.
No more.
And okay, so and I'll give us a time when we do it. Will there be any action to be taken after the meeting?
No.
So no action will be taken. So
Okay,
at
so
the
somebody said
end
15
of the
minutes.
executives, at the end of the executive session, we will recess this meeting until further notice. No, we'll adjourn this meeting because this is a committee meeting. And while I have everyone that's fresh on my mind, our meeting Thursday will be investment. So no one show up here.
Yeah, he's driving me.
Especially to our commissioners, okay?
I just have a statement. I mentioned to it last week, but there was a group from Birmingham on America's Got Talent.
Yeah,
And-
they'll be here.
Oh, well?
Yes.
Okay.
I already talked to them. They
Okay.
coming.
They were great.
Yeah, they gonna come and perform for us. Gonna be tight in there with, they come.
When they come.
Judge Hobby's courtroom investment.
Need to take care of it.
Coming Thursday.
Investment.
I'm going to go. I'm just waiting on something.
And they gonna do a performance.
Okay. But yeah.
All
I
right.
saw that. And got the golden.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Knight made the motion, Commissioner Tyson seconded for the executive session to last approximately 1 hour with no
He said 15 minutes.
action to be taken.
Where will the
He said 15
executive
minutes.
session, where will we be?
We'll be
Do it here.
Do we
stay right?
Can we have 3 minutes? Coffee's hidden.
Why don't we reconvene at
I don't know who's that.
10:30.
10:25. I'm going to do it.
I don't know who's this. Hey, whose resolution is this?
He got rid of, she on the guy.